Tony D and Little Joan, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Anybody But You, starring Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell as a couple who hate each other but pretend to be together. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Thanks to all who came out to the Chimney Rustic Ales event, where I told everybody how to hunt the Jersey Devil. I'll probably be back in Hamilton at some point, maybe in the spring, back at Chimney, so look for that. Okay, so let's get into this. Glenn Powell, who you remember from the Top Gun movie, is macking on this girl, and he's going to the wedding, but she is trying to get away from her ex, who she doesn't like, but her parents want to set her up with, and they're going to this wedding, so they pretend, oh, this is her parents, I think that's Dermot Mulrooney. So they decide they'll pretend to be a couple, so because Glenn Powell's girl wants what she can't have, and she doesn't want the other guy, so this solves their problem, and they call it a rom-con. Get it? It's not too bad, from the people who brought you Easy A, which was that Emma Stone movie, and Friends with Benefits. So it's got somewhat of a sense of humor to it. This is a bit of a wacky scene. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, quite frankly. She finds a spider in his pants, and he panics and takes off all his clothes and throws him off a cliff. I think it's just an excuse to get Glenn Powell naked for the ladies, but I guess I can respect the filmmakers. And here they were, in the beginning of the trailer, they're doing Titanic in order to pretend to be romantic, and then he accidentally drops her, and then they go full Titanic because he has to dive in and save her. And I guess they're in where's that? Is that Australia? No, wait, that's Hawaii. I guess they're in Hawaii. So destination wedding, and wackiness ensues. It doesn't look bad. I mean, I'm not a big rom-com guy at all. I don't know many men that are. But as far as a movie like this, if I had to sit through it, if someone I was dating was like, oh, let's watch this movie, it looks okay. Looks like it might have some good laughs in it. You know, it's definitely a chick flick, but it looks to be a high quality one. The dialogue seems to be a little snazzier than normal. There's good energy here between the leads, and the cast is pretty recognizable. So, yeah, from the director of Easy A and Friends with Benefits. Not a movie, not two movies I'd be into, but I can acknowledge that Easy A seemed to be directed well. And it had a funny line here. He whispers to her, "Can I put my hand on your butt?" To show affection in front of the other wedding party or whatever. And she goes, "Yeah," and then he starts rubbing her butt, and she's just like, "Put your hand there. It's not a genie lamp." It's okay. It's not bad. And for some reason, she puts her hand down his pants, down the back of his pants. Okay, and that's where she finds the spider. It's weird. It's a whole weird scene, and that's why he throws his clothes off a cliff. Anyhow, it looks watchable. Glenn Powell looks like, they both have good energy. So first act, they are headed to this wedding, destination wedding. I guess that's Hawaii. Isn't that what that thing is? Is it Hawaii or Australia? I think it's Hawaii. I don't know. It's a destination wedding. And on the plane, they meet and hate each other. And then, for whatever reason, they kind of end up running into each other all the time. And they decide to make this pact for the reasons I stated before. Glenn wants this other girl who wants what she can't have, and she's trying to ditch her ex, who her parents keep pushing on her. So then they make the pact. So second act, it's them faking their romance, and at first it's a disaster. They kind of hate each other, and then they do that Titanic thing that goes wrong. The woman in the wedding party is starting to think that maybe she should kick these two out because they're so obnoxious. The crisis at the third act, that's a bit of a tough one. There's a lot of players in this game. I would say it goes something like their grift is exposed, or they pretend to dump each other, but now they're in love, and they kind of go forward with it, but one thinks the other isn't in love or whatever. So like Glenn goes with this other chick who wants what she can't have, and she, I don't know, gets back with her ex maybe, and then they both realize, oh, I've made a terrible mistake, and in the third act they come back together. So it's pretty by the numbers, but it looks funnish. Again, guys, don't get your hopes up. I mean, Glenn Powell's clearly naked in it. I don't think you're going to see Sydney Sweeney boobs. It just, in the 70s you would have, in the 80s definitely. These days, no, we don't get any good boobs, and it's aimed at women, so they don't want to see that. So yeah, anybody but you. Let's see if there's a write up here. No, didn't think so. Tolerable rom-com, fellas. Ladies, top notch for you. I think you will like it. Mostly because I think you'll like Glenn Powell naked. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. If you can find a more based take, I say take it. Again, thanks to all who came out to the Chimney Rustic Ales event. That was fun. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a live stream where we do it live. And next Saturday, this is big. For me, it's huge. I will be at the Cedar Bridge Tavern down in the Pine Barrens for the reenactment of the last battle of the American Revolution, where Bloody John Bacon, who's in book 6 of the Pineys, was there. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, that's it for me. We'll see you in the next one.